All right, it's a sunny day. It's a little windy, but that's not going to stop us. We're going to be shooting the Marlin 795, and we're going to stretch out and do a little long distance. The wind's just going to make it a little bit more fun. Since we're going to be shooting a little further away today, we need something to catch some of those rounds that have a little bit too much drop on them. Also shoot this little refrigerant tank. I like to use old air handler doors as my target backers. They last a lot longer than wood. I can just use regular tin tape to put them up there. They're easy to switch out. Gives you a little bit of audio feedback if you're too far away to see it, or if you're using a small bullet like a 22. CCI, quiet segmented hollow point. As you can see, they're only going 710 feet per second, 40 grain bullet. Basically, it is a 22 long rifle case and bullet and a 22 short powder charge. So it's going way subsonic, and copper jacketed soft lead core. It's just a quick look at the firearm we're going to be using today. This is the Marlin 795. I've had this gun for a long time. It's kind of my go-to farm gun. I've got a Vortex Diamondback 3x9x40 with the external windage and elevation adjustment. So we're going to start here, like I said, at about 25-30 yards. See if we can get a good group of about 3 rounds, and then we'll move back. Also, not sure if I mentioned, these CCI quiets do not cycle semi-automatic action. So it basically turns the gun into a bolt action. All right, here's my group, just to get a baseline at 25 yards. Like I said, the CCI quiets make a pretty tight group. So I had one where I pulled a little bit on the trigger that was to the right, but the other 2 are in the same hole. It's a 1 MOA target, so we've got about a 1/4 MOA group at 25 yards. All right, let's go back. All right, guys, we're moved back to about 60 yards. Decided to just start there. Gonna go ahead and throw the magnification up a little bit. We're 4.5 inches low. All right, gonna fire one more. Okay, holes are almost touching at 60 yards. Definitely sub MOA. Good enough for me to move back. All right, so we're at 100 yards. Kind of hard to see from the mat here, but I'll try to zoom in just a little bit for you guys so you can see where the target's at way down there. There's the target and the jug, so see if we can get it with the wind here. All right, I heard it hit the dirt down range. So I'm gonna try a little bit of hold up. All right, I see a hit low left, bottom, so hold up a little more. All right, we've got it on the paper now, but still low left. I probably need to change the windage a little bit, but since the wind's blowing today, not a good day to adjust that. So we're just gonna roll with it for now. I use a little bit of Kentucky windage. One more. That one went a little high. I think the wind died out for a second. The wind normally doesn't have a whole lot of impact on a 22, but since we're shooting a subsonic 22 at 100 yards, it plays a pretty big role. All right, guys, we're moved back, going all in. Gonna see if we can make a shot with the CCI quiets at 200 yards. This is quite a stretch for this bullet. Definitely not what it was made to do, but we're just gonna see what happens. No sign of it. I'm gonna guess it was low. Nothing. All right, I heard a little bit of dirt on that one. I'm gonna take my ear pro off for a minute. Heard dirt again. It's funny, it takes about 3 seconds before you hear the dirt because it's taken so long for the bullet to get all the way down there and for the sound to travel back. Still hearing dirt. Not sure if I'm going left of the target or not. I saw the dirt jump right at the bottom of the target that time. We are getting close. I thought that was gonna be it. I'm literally aiming like 8 feet above the target right now. Oh, it bounced at the last second and it hit the tin, but not even enough to put a dent in it. Running out of bullets. I've got the small mag in since I'm in the bench rest. Oh, I heard it hit. I think it hit the 6x6 that the metal's propped up against. I heard it hit the wood again. All right, got a fresh mag in there. We're gonna let it rip and see if we can finally make some contact. Heard the wood again. I can't believe it. I'm holding like 15 feet over this target now. I heard something. Can't tell if it was wood or metal. It's at a little more elevation here. That sounded like a good one. It actually moved the tin, surprisingly. Not sure where it hit, but we're gonna try that same hold off. Got the tin to move again. I actually think I see that one on the target. It looks like a high right, so I might be holding off a little too much. Might as well send it. I think that'll do it. All right, guys, here we are back at the target. We made it all the way out to 200 yards with CCI quiet segmented hollow points, which honestly is kind of a shocker to me. I don't think I've ever gone over 100 yards with those, but I'm kind of surprised that they actually did as well as they did. Unfortunately, I am out of time for filming today, but let's take a look at the target. So this is our initial 0 at 25, 30 yards. All the bullets are pretty much touching. And then moving out to 60 yards, these holes are almost touching. It's, I'd say, a half MOA, and there was a pretty decent wind blowing at that time. So half MOA at 60 yards. And then we moved out to 100 yards, and I was doing about this much holdover at 100 yards just to hit the target. And this is where our shots landed. So 1, 2, and 3 at 100 yards. And then we moved out to 200 yards, and we were having a hard time tracking the shots because the grass is so long here. We couldn't see any dirt jumping up. So I could hear it hitting the dirt, but I couldn't tell where it was going. But now that we're in here closer, I can see dents. It actually did put dents in the target. So we've got one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here, which actually the bullet, looks like the bullet is still in here. Obviously it didn't have enough power to make it through. Let's just cut the target off here. Heard it fall down. So here's the bullet. You can see it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Segmented hollow point, 3-part segmented hollow point, just shroomed right out. I heard another round fall down, and I think I see another one up here. So all of our bullets were just trapped behind here. There goes another one. And I think that's all. Yep, there's the last one. All right, that's all of them. All right, so just to give you guys a closer look, I gathered up all of the hollow points, opens right up, does what it's supposed to do. And here is all of them. All right, friends, thanks for watching Faith in Firearms. I didn't want to edit the video to just the hits on the target because that's a bunch of crap. I mean, everybody misses. I'm not ashamed of missing. especially with something like this, where it's like it's not even a matter of skill. Like there's a good element of luck involved with these bullets at these distances. So I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I'm genuine and authentic, and that I'm not just trying to make it seem like I'm some sniper or expert marksman, which I have never claimed to be, although I think I'm better than an average shot. Just saying, just my opinion. So we'll see. You guys can judge me as I go along and just let me know whether I need to humble myself a little more or not. The videos are going to get better. The content is going to get better. I want to build up a little bit of a subscriber base before I start like blowing stuff up and everything. So just please share, comment, like, subscribe so we can get this thing going. I want to grow together with you guys. I want to get some faith going, some discussions, and I hope that you'll come visit me on TikTok and Instagram. I've got a lot of good content that I'm getting ready to put out. I want this channel to be a back and forth thing. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of food for thought in each one of the Faith and Firearms videos. So just something to think about. I just noticed that looking at the news and social media that there's a lot of controversy about different topics and current events going on in our world right now, in our country, which it's always been that way, but I think that social media and the media just amplifies that. It's just everything's blown out of proportion. If you're on social media, you're only seeing people's highlight reels. If you're on the news, you're only seeing the disasters. And that's just the way that it's always been, but it's only getting worse because that's just what gets the ratings, that's what gets the likes. So, I mean, we're just feeding it and fueling it, so it's just kind of snowballing. And the world would have you believe that controversy creates division. But the reality is that the conversations that controversy creates can bring unity through Christ. Because in Christ and through the gospel, we see that not everyone is the same. We come from different backgrounds, we have different personalities, different skills, different talents, but we can be different and still be unified. We can disagree and be different and still love each other. Galatians 3 verse 27 through 28, for all of you who are baptized into Christ have clothed yourselves with Christ. There is now neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Jesus Christ. I think that that's the only true type of unity. I think that's the only true type of unity possible.